Hey guys, I'm live again. Sorry about that. That was a bit of a technical difficulty right there. But today we have a pretty bad topic to cover about. First of all, hope you guys are having a good day and that everything is running smoothly for you. Obviously, me and technology are not best friends. So there's a couple of things I need to work on in order to get the stream set up. But today, we are finding out that school wins court battle to use electric shock therapy on self-harming pupils, as parents say treatment is life-saving. Let us begin. Well, first, let me pull it up on YouTube just to make sure it's working right. Okay, to get into it. A special needs school in Massachusetts has won a court battle to use electric shock therapy on aggressive or self-harming pupils after parents hailed it as life-saving treatment. But the controversial ruling has been widely condemned, as the shock devices can leave kids suffering third-degree burns, campaigners have warned. The court's decision also ignores the United Nations report that says the shocks are tantamount to torture. The decision has also outraged disability rights groups, which claims that the skin shock devices are intended to cause pain. Yeah, no kidding. Electricity is painful. On Thursday, a federal appeals court overturned the Food and Drug Administration's ban on the use of electric shocks on a technicality. Yes, absolutely. Hashtag stop the shock. It said the FDA had no authority to rule on the practice used to control and punish kids and adults at a Massachusetts school for the developmentally disabled. Hey, Jeremy, want to come on? If you want to come on, I can send you the link. And Lil Gaga, too. There's the link, guys. Yeah, because I got a lot to say about this. I'm sure you do, too. The ruling was a victory for the Judge Rottenberg Educational Center. You will learn to hate that name in the future. And a group of parents and guardians of its students, which had challenged the ban. Yeah, don't know why they do that. The center's website said that it caters for emotionally disturbed students with conduct, behavior, emotional, and or psychiatric problems, as well as those with intellectual disabilities or on the autism spectrum. How you doing, Jeremy? So, we are talking.
Yeah, stand in the background. It's a little hot in this room, but I'm actually doing my YouTube work the best way I could.
Nice, dude. Well, we're happy you're on here. Let's continue this. The school said it was pleased with the ruling. Describing the use of the devices as treatment, Rottenberg added, these residents can continue to participate in enriching experiences, enjoy visits with their families, and most importantly, live in safety and freedom from self-injurious and aggressive behaviors. So I have a problem with this because it's basically saying all the good things that it's doing with ignoring the fact that there are other much less painful solutions. Because as I'm sure you've seen, Jeremy, in the petition I sent you, these things are 45 times stronger than a taser. So they are just completely ignoring that fact. Thrilled parents,
You know what?
we have and
But
will
see,
to fight to keep our loved ones safe and alive, and to retain access to this life-saving treatment of last resort. Do you think that shocking autistic students is life-saving? Me neither.
that is a 12-point negative.
Right. Melanie asked an important question. How long is the duration of the shock? It is 2 seconds. Would it be given more than once? Yes, over a 7-hour period.
Dude,
Giving the
there's
shock
like 22, there's like 28,000 volts going through you, dude. You
it's
can
90,
die from that crap.
90 milliamps, which is 10 milliamps less than a lethal dose. And the interval between shocks would be whenever the student seems to be misbehaving in their eyes. So yeah, it's pretty messed up. So yeah, 2 second shocks, and once you shocked 31 times over 7 hours. Approval of the shock effects comes after decades of controversy over the use of electrical stimulation devices at the center, including on students as young as 9 years old for Yeah. Rotenberg is the only facility in America that makes and uses such devices for that purpose. That's one too many, in my opinion. In 2020, the FDA banned electrical stimulation devices from being used to stop aggressive and self-harming behavior at the school. It then said that ESDs give electrical shocks through electrodes attached to the pupil's skin. I don't even know why they have electrodes attached to pupil's skin. I don't know if they consent to that. The school's aim is to immediately interrupt self-injurious or aggressive behavior, or attempt to condition the individuals to stop engaging in such behavior. Now, I don't think that works, personally. Do you think that works?
Dude, none of that crap works.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because the thing is, just like when these, excuse my French for when I say this, when these dumb A-word agencies think that it's okay to control an autistic person or a special needs person, that is not okay. Because you know what? They could get fed up with what you're deciding for them, and then they'll try to do something to take action against it.
Exactly. It's open retaliation because of that. I mean, I know if I was getting electrocuted, I'd want to fight back very violently, just to like defend my life. You know.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hey,
Hi,
April.
All right.
How's it going?
Continue with this article here. But evidence indicates a number of significant psychological and physical risks that are associated with the use of these devices. Yeah, it makes sense to me. These include worsening of underlying symptoms, depression, anxiety, PTSD, pain, burns, and tissue damage. That's how powerful it is.
What is that?
Damage. In addition, many people who are exposed to these devices have intellectual or developmental disabilities that make it difficult to communicate their pain, added the FDA.
Right. So I was talking to someone who actually was in a group home for a lot of her life, and she said that it got used on her and her mom, and she said she agrees with it. And I was thinking, okay, well, so someone like me when I was young would have benefited from it in the sense that, you know, if they can't stop hurting themselves or hurting someone, you know, a couple of zaps is better than grabbing me and like getting in my space, because then I'm just going to end up even worse. Or threatening me with needles, which is what they did a lot of my childhood, threatening me with needles.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do have to say that's the argument there. Whether it's good or not is up to everyone else. But there is a counterpoint to be made there. So let's finish up the article here.
The thing is with me, I can never get my point across just by me talking. I have to constantly use the ugly V word, which I'm not gonna say it on here because I don't want you getting terminated.
Good choice.
Yeah.
We'll finish up the article here. Its decision to ban the use of the devices at Rotenberg has been praised by opponents, as electrical shocks are administered for even the smallest misdemeanor. Staff wear plastic cases on their belts with pics of each pupil, so they don't shock the wrong one's arms or legs. Lad Bible says that 300 students at Rotenberg, about 55 wear electronic devices, which means wearing 10-pound backpacks with electrodes attached to their skin. But they don't know when the teachers will deliver their so-called behavior modification therapy. So when it does happen, it's taken completely by surprise. They don't even give a warning. One disturbed parent, Cheryl McCollins, told ABC News in 2012 she was mortified to learn that her son had been shot 31 times during a single encounter. This was despite her initially agreeing, in theory, to the use of skin shock aversion therapy, the broadcaster added. Rotenberg was dubbed America's most controversial behavior modification institution, reported by the Sunday Times 14 years ago.
Alex?
Yeah.
Kev is trying to get on, but you only gave me the link. You didn't give him the link, and he wants to get on.
Okay, 1 second here.
Sorry. Hate being interrupted. Sorry.
Invite a guest. All right, while we're waiting for that, let's finish up this article. It is the only institution in the U.S. that disciplines students by giving them electric shocks, a form of punishment not even inflicted on serial killers or child molesters. And that's the main point.
Wow.
Anybody else says this is torture. The UN says this is torture. You can't do this stuff to a dog or a domestic terrorist or rapist. Wow. You can do it to disabled, defenseless children.
Oh, because when I was younger, in the mental institution, here in Canada, they used it.
Yeah. It goes against every human rights violation there is.
So that's why I said to the girl that I was talking to, I said, how come they didn't use it on me then? I had really, really terrible behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
I had some, anyways. Point is they should have used that one then, because they had it. It was existing.
Yeah.
But it's not good, though. It is very controversial, because for the ones that have, super bad behaviors, maybe.
It makes me mad. There's no way they're able to defend themselves. The without any warning part, I didn't even know that. The Times spoke to a former attendee, Rob Santana.
Yeah, April.
You're not sleeping?
Nope.
You look very tired. You look like me right now.
All right. Let's finish up this article. It's not much longer.
Oh, sorry. Okay, go.
Okay. Who said he was put in there as an out-of-control kid with serious behavioral problems. He had been abandoned at birth at hospital with traces of cocaine, heroin, and alcohol in his body. Rob was hooked up to a shock device 24/7 and recalled feeling humiliated. You have a bunch of water.
Lil Gaga, we're in the same state, by the way. So that'll be our state, basically.
Texas. All right. The two long shocks hurt like hell, he said. Rob was for aggressive behavior and for minor misdeeds like yelling or cursing. He was electrically shocked because of yelling and cursing, which makes no sense. The Times reporter tried the treatment herself, saying, "The school staff thinks it is no more painful than a bee sting. When I tried the shock, it felt like a horde of wasps attacking me all at once.
What?
Seconds never felt so long.
Wasp?
Like an entire pack of wasps.
Oh, that's not good. I thought it was just like a couple of zaps.
Nope, it's literally 45.
Whoops, I was
Kevin.
Hey guys.
Okay, that's really bad, Alex. That's worse than I thought.
The U.S. just took a big step backwards. All right. ACT, the way it's supposed to be used, is not painful.
I was standing there like I was froze there for a minute. Sorry, guys.
Modern ACT is not painful at all and exists for a completely different purpose. The JRC invented skin shock devices that are intended to cause pain.
Wow, that's not good. Holy cow!
I'm thinking about. Is it?
I am bringing this up to the Arc of Greater Beaumont so
Yes.
I can get their input on this BC.
Yes.
So how are you doing, Jeremy?
Oh God, I've been on a. Okay, before I got on here, I was on a war path earlier.
Wow, is that right?
The article, yes, I will.
Hey, Alex, you're freezing up on webcam here.
I am.
Yes, you're like flashing in and back and forth.
Oh, that might be yours, Kev.
Yeah.
That might be your internet.
Fine on my end.
Okay, hold on. Let me click out and go back in.
Article. I'm going to talk about how bad shock therapy is on my YouTube channel and Instagram. Yes, please do.
I will be there, Lil Gaga. I will be there on Instagram.
And please use the hashtag Stop the Shock. Let's get it trending, please.
Oh!
Hashtag Stop the Shock.
You know, I kind of want to find it. I want to find it. I want to ask the police. I'm going to ask the police if they can tell me where I can get one. Just because I want to feel it. I don't like wasps and stuff like that. I actually hate them, but
you know, that's a very good point.
I want to try it.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I'm with you there. I'd like to try that myself.
Jeremy.
What
Yep.
the freak is wrong with y'all? Why would y'all want to try that?
Well, we want to see how other people feel and how just how much of a human rights violation this is.
Yep.
Because if I can't handle it, I'm one of the most quote unquote high functioning people that there is. So if I can't handle it, then
if that was the case, you might as well just leave them out in the rain and let lightning strike them. If that was the freaking case.
That's pretty much it, man. It's absolutely wild. And yeah, I really don't have words. What really throws me off is the nonverbal stuff, because I know I can communicate perfectly, and even I have a lot of trouble communicating how I'm really feeling. So can you imagine what someone who is much lower functioning is? Like, they can't say a word with us. You know?
Those were two of the reasons that guy got zapped, was for bedwetting and for not responding fast enough when she called him.
Get my
It's
mother.
It's like,
Jeremy.
I mean,
Man, that's some bull.
I mean, we're talking about an institution who, like, if you...
You
like,
know what? This is why I hate the government agencies that does bull.
Okay, I'm back.
Alex, what were you saying?
My phone is like not even working.
And you could tell he actually said it, and see if they'll send somebody over to me. See if I'm not gonna sons of.
All right. So what I was saying was basically that, you know, the communication is hard for everybody on the spectrum. It's impossible to communicate. So most of the people are just going to have to suffer in silence, and that's not okay.
And that's what they're doing.
And I'm not sure that's okay with any morally sound person.
Yeah, I agree. Nobody who can't talk should be having to deal with that. I mean, I think that if, say, you had a disability, but you were like a super bad harm to somebody and you wanted to get their attention really fast, like when I was young, then maybe.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But that wasn't for everyone. That would be very specific behaviors, I would say. Some very violent and volatile behaviors.
Right.
Just like me, I had learning problems. So
yeah, but I had some super very violent behaviors that needed to be dealt with, and people couldn't touch me because I got worse.
For sure.
I mean, you guys are awesome. I mean, I know you guys have some of the troubles, but you guys have different problems like I do. But I mean, I respect you guys. You guys are awesome. I mean, you
Yeah.
guys are good friends. I mean,
Yes.
nothing wrong with that. I mean, you guys are awesome. Like I said, even Jeremy. Jeremy, I supported him with my one friend. Her name is Brenda Davis. If you don't have her, sometimes she goes live. She does live stream. She does grow streams sometimes. But right now, as it is, I don't know if she might go live again or not. But like I said, I helped Jeremy out, and I mean, I can help you guys out as well. I like helping guys, everybody on YouTube. I mean, I know it's a
Yeah.
small world after all, but I
Well,
like helping people out on
I
here.
mean, the thing is, me and my friend Ari Bell was talking about this last week, talking about shock therapy
yeah.
against people with special needs and how not
Mhm.
right it was.
Well, I agree with that. It's not right at all for
So
you
I
to
have
do, to do that.
I have a question for all of you.
What's that?
We have taken a step back today, and during the past few weeks with the disability rights movement. Why do you think this type of behavior is excused? So basically, do you think the U.S. is losing its moral?
Yeah, I do.
And don't forget, I got a
Go on.
son with autism.
Right. Yeah,
And
Go
if
on.
they do this, on my
uh,
son, I would get upset really fast, and I go from 0 to 100.
fair enough.
But
Common problem, but I know as a teacher, there are so many better ways to handle that.
yes.
Yes.
So what about you, Kevin? Do you think the U.S. is really losing its morality?
For me, for an example, like on hand, I don't like the way people are getting treated. I mean,
Yeah.
like you guys, for me, I have respect for you guys, and I don't like to see none of you guys being bullied. Just
So
like me. I've been bullied
Mm-hmm.
for when I was in school. I've been bullied. I've been picked on. I've been threatened, and I've been threatened. Somebody's threatened to stab me. I mean, I know this world is really small, and I know everybody goes through a lot of stuff in life, but I know life is a lot harder than itself. I mean, I know a lot of people going through bad times. I know that. I mean, like what you said there, yeah. I think I just don't. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it whatsoever.
No.
I
well,
mean,
I
I
got
don't. I don't like when people do stupid stuff to anybody. It doesn't matter how hard. Doesn't matter what color you are. Doesn't matter what your name is. It doesn't matter who you go by.
Yeah.
I'm going to answer a couple questions here real quick, or
Go
comments
ahead.
rather. Lil Gaga said, if I would have gotten shock therapy when I was younger because I used to get aggressive, if I would have had it, I would have been traumatized really bad. I think we all would have. I mean, the few times that I've gotten shocked on accident, like I still remember those. Those were extremely painful, and I can't even imagine how many greater times multiplied that these devices are using without warning too.
Yeah.
Um,
Just
And
like me. Just like
and
me. Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
that's
Melanie
okay. Go
says
ahead.
we need more information on this. We need to know the interval between shocks. Uh, so that's interesting. They basically give it whenever the child is misbehaving, and the child doesn't have any warning when it happens. There
Yeah.
is no maximum number, to be quite frank with you, because it's a device used for a specific behavioral issue. So there isn't a limit. It's whenever the kid messes up. So
Just like my brother. He's a YouTuber. My brother Waylon Myers, because he does a real talk. If you guys want to talk something like that, I mean, he does real talks on his show. I mean, if you guys want to talk about that with him, he'll be more than welcome to help talk about it too. I
yeah,
mean,
if you
I support my brother. I support anybody on YouTube. As long as you don't treat me like dirt, I won't treat you like dirt. Just, I mean, I
Right.
have my peace with you guys, and that's what I have. I
Well,
mean, I give my love and soul to
So,
you guys because you guys are awesome. I mean, I don't make fun of you guys. You guys, what brung me into your channel and
yeah.
chat. So I'm keeping it peace. I'm keeping it real,
yeah.
and I have respect for you guys.
You
So,
have great things to say, Kevin.
hmm,
And I will say, treating people like dirt isn't in my moral compass at all.
yeah, just like me, I like to joke around, but it's all right. Joking is okay. I mean, I'm not serious with be joking around. I mean,
Yeah.
I like joking around. That's my thing.
I,
That's my
I, I
peeve.
always I always make the joke that I don't treat people like dirt, but I do treat people like dust because I'm a Christian. That's where humans came from.
Yeah.
That's a good
Uh,
one.
anyway, Melanie says there need to be limits placed if the practice is not banned. Unfortunately, that's not the case for either, and it's completely ridiculous. Um,
Yeah.
but there are things you can do, and in the comments after the stream is over, I'm going to share a bunch of links of steps you can take to end this.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
there was a petition going around too that you can sign.
There's petitions, there's Google Docs, there's emails you can write to Massachusetts.
okay.
There's very strongly worded letters you can write to the JRC.
Yes. Okay.
So yeah.
Can I after later on, can I share my brother's channel into the chat so you guys can follow him?
Yeah, put it in the SB YouTuber gang.
Okay. Okay.
That's a good way of looking at it, though, Alex. I'm glad that I got to hear from your perspective because I noticed that too. That there's people getting electrocuted who don't even have a voice, and they're being electrocuted for no reason,
Yeah.
just because of cruelty.
Well,
And then they have the overseers watching it like as if it's a game, like as if it's like what's that called? Saw movie or something.
Yeah.
like they have.
Well, it's always been said. Well, it is always been said that mankind was God's worst creation. And I can actually tell you right now, I got a bunch of evidence, a bunch of books, and I read a bunch of Egyptian prophecies that proves it.
All right.
Mankind is God's worst creation.
Well, I'd have to argue that it's the best as well because we're the only ones who can understand him and like are able to thank him.
Yeah.
I mean, I know God gave us the greatest gift of all time, but I know there's a lot of people out there that does stupid stuff that even try to hurt each and every one of us. I mean, that ain't right.
Yeah.
Even
That's why
God knows.
that's why
God
we're
knows
together,
about
though.
that.
That's why we met each other.
Well, and the thing is, we are in this world, and unfortunately, Satan rules the world.
That's right.
Sadly, because of that, humans are inherently evil, and most people use that as an excuse, basically. But I refuse to. Yes, I am inherently evil, but I'm looking to do a wonderful thing here. I am. Continue to do so.
Well, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job at your stream, though.
Just
Jeremy.
because I'm a fallen creature, that does not define me.
Gemma's going to sleep. That's right. Very well put, Alex.
Yeah.
You're doing a good job. So keep up the good job. You're doing it.
I'm really glad that like I was raised with a good heart. I think if I had a bigoted heart like so many do today, I'd just be so miserable, you know?
Yeah.
I was born and raised with a good heart too, but I always give it to my friends because if you don't give it to your friends, where are you gonna be?
Definitely.
You're gonna be alone in the dark with no light
Dude,
or underneath a
I'm
rock.
gonna tell you guys right now, because of a
What's that?
special needs agency, dude, most of the friends that I would always hang out with on regular day-to-day basis, we don't hang out anymore.
Yeah.
Melanie says other districts in the USA around the world may have
Frickin'
limits,
scandal
but
top
they do
ladies.
actually. In fact, except for this one school in Massachusetts, this whole
Yeah, I saw that.
and everywhere else.
Yep.
So the only one where this is legal doesn't have any limits.
So what? Then I guess it was legal in Canada, and then they took it out. But then it was in the mental institution, and that's the only place that I ever witnessed it.
Well, I've heard a lot about autism in Canada. I heard they don't treat that right at all.
Wait, say it again.
Who?
Alex, say that again.
I said I've heard of the problems Canada has with treating people with autism, like mental institutions. They put them in.
Yes. Oh yeah, we have a record.
I know over here where I'm at, we have some, but I don't know how many for sure offhand. But I know we have some here where I'm located at.
Yeah.
But so I don't even know how many for sure on hand. But like I said, there's a lot of people. I know a lot of people got bullied in school. I mean, even I got bullied in school. So I can even tell you that.
Well, you know, even looking through a neurotypical's eyes, it really isn't that hard for someone with a decent heart to accommodate. I mean, we're really not that difficult people, you know.
No, yeah, I agree.
It's easy to accommodate us if you have the heart for it. It really is.
Right. And you have to show respect, and you have to be kind to one another, and you don't treat them like dirt. If you treat, say for example, I treat you like dirt, you would walk all over me in a hurry. I know you would. But
Melanie says Alex. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Alex, limitations of use of shock treatment are not the same as the use of not being permitted. I'm not quite sure what that means there.
Me neither.
Limitations.
Just like
are not the same.
Where I live.
Well, thanks for having me on the show, you guys, for the time being.
I hope you can sleep.
It was nice seeing you, Jeremy. By the way,
nice seeing you too.
Yeah,
you're an awesome person. You're a good brother.
Melanie asked, would heavier medication be used instead of shocks?
Yeah, and that's what they said. Yes, they said heavier medication will be used. Yes, and force.
Which is so much simpler and isn't a human rights violation. So it's
and so that's what I was saying though. If they could figure out who needs the shock therapy, like someone like me, I know what I was like. Someone like me could benefit from shock therapy instead of hurting themselves and hurting other people severely. I could have, a doctor could come along and say, okay, so like she does need this because she needs to snap out of it. Instead of being touched or medicated, she needs to snap out of it, right? And refocus.
Well, I believe that I believe that this is important for some people to be used. I'm not going to lie. However, I believe the review process needs to be as vigorous and as detailed as possible. I mean, you can't just do this to anyone. It has to be in a life-saving situation. Like if you get shocked to save your life, then that is okay. But so many people do not need to be shocked in order to save their life.
That's right.
No.
That's right. No. And it should be actually very limited.
And if they do need shock to save their life, less than 90 milliamps is going to do the trick, I think. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're talking about a device that is 45 times stronger than a taser. 10 more milliamps and it can kill someone. I think they'll get the message across with a taser.
Yes.
Do you have that website for that? Because I want that information.
I do.
I know you do. You're a smarty. Think of those people with dementia. Oh yeah, well dementia, yeah. Oof. They don't even know what they're doing.
Just like kids, like learn to support kids. I mean, I fit right in. I mean, like I said, I'm not that kind of a smarty pants. I can figure stuff out a little bit by a little, but my reading It's okay.
They
here and
didn't
there,
say
but
that though, Alex. They didn't say that on the
So-
website, that it was stronger than a taser. And I think that's good to get that information because that's something they're not talking about.
Yeah.
They're saying, oh, it's only a 2-second zap just to refocus them. No, it's not.
Yeah.
You're saying that it feels like wasp, and wasp really hurt.
The claims are pretty much universal that it was the longest 2 seconds of their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
And you're using
I
on
mean,
people who are
That is really
nonverbal.
sad
And
to hear that.
Yeah.
That's, like, sad.
And I'm
Wow.
sorry, if neurotypicals can't handle it, then Aspies can't handle it. That's just a fact.
True.
And you
True.
saw the reporter who said she put it on her skin and she said it really hurts.
Yeah.
And she was like really upset about it. She was like, that really hurt.
Yeah.
You see her eyes? And she can handle it.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Well, I
mean,
think that's going to end the live stream right there. It's about 36 minutes in. April and Kevin, thank you so much for coming on and giving your thoughts.
hey,
really,
you're welcome, bud. You're welcome.
I'm
shock,
glad we got to come on here and talk about this.
shock should only be used for the absolute necessity.
Yes.
And they have to be less than 90 milliamps. I have no idea why they're doing it that strong. That's just outrageous.
Can I say one thing?
I mean, I don't know if you've ever felt a taser before, but if you're messing around and they do a taser, you stop. Really.
You're going to feel it through your body.
Yeah.
Can,
And you're going to get yourself in order real quick.
okay. Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, Kevin.
But I know there's a lot of people that does goofy things in the world, but that there, if you hit your heart wrong, it'll definitely jolt you
That's right.
quick.
Yeah,
That's why they put it around your leg.
yeah.
That's like so
Well, yeah, they put it in
goofy.
specific
I mean,
places
stupid.
that are not lethal.
Yeah.
Melanie,
I mean, if somebody
I'm
does
wondering
that
if she's a fan.
and they struck it to their heart, I mean, instant. That would like shock them
If
and
they
probably
started-
kill them.
It would be
That's
instant
why they
death.
put it on the leg.
Yeah.
That's why they put it on their ankle.
Yeah. Just like if you stick your
Tasers
tongue
do not-
to a battery.
Psychotic behavior. I don't know if it's true or not. I haven't done
Because I've seen someone get tased and they can't get up.
Yeah. Just like sticking to your tongue to a battery.
They
That,
both-
you know, like those 12 volts.
Yeah.
You'll get a little shock on your tongue, but it won't hurt. If you hold
April,
your
do you
tongue on
know
there,
if that
it'll just
statement is
jolt.
accurate? That
What's that?
tasers do not stop some with psychotic behavior.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen tasers, people be tased before, and I've seen people with disabilities and people without disabilities being tased. And one thing I see is that they don't really get up. Although I did see this one guy, and it took 5 police officers and a whole bunch of tasing to get him down on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like, whoo, my goodness. Yeah, but he was high on something, like really high.
Yeah.
That was 5 police officers and like a couple of tasers, I'm pretty sure. It was 2?
But thank you
2
guys for
tasers?
having me. Thank you.
Yeah,
I really
thank you,
do
Kevin.
appreciate that. Hey, you're welcome too. You're
Please
welcome.
try
You're
to keep
awesome.
your face.
You're awesome.
Yeah,
You know,
I'll
some-
get my face in view.
It's all right. You keep
All right.
it.
All right,
Yeah.
everybody,
Okay.
have a good night. I can't wait to
Hey.
see you in 10 months.
Mhm. See who?
I'm doing the Ask the YouTube road trip. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
yeah? Okay, cool.
All right,
Are you coming this direction?
I'm coming to Pennsylvania. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Go ahead. It's all right. It's a good trip.
Yeah,
Tell ya.
it's only like 4 hours.
Who are you going with, Alex?
I'm
Your
going by
family?
myself and meeting up with YouTubers all across the country.
Awesome.
I don't know how many YouTubers in this.
So far, it's 10.
10.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, like me, I'm like I was like
I'm not
when
sure.
I first started. I mean,
I
it
guess
took me a
that's
while
one
to
of
grow.
Well, yeah, you're gonna be the first stop on my journey, Kevin.
Okay.
And Melanie, I think that is one of the ones that we were talking about. That's one of the rare people that would be qualified to have that. Like when
Right.
the doctor could sign them in and say, yeah, in this case they need it.
But the review that they'd have to go through is pretty thorough.
It should be thorough, and you only use people who have a good reputation to be working in your facility.
Right.
The
All right.
best.
I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. It was nice
Yep.
talking with you guys.
I'm gonna end it at 40 minutes.
Yep. Yep.
All
So
right.
everyone, this
Okay.
is the Autism and Acceptance channel. # Stop the Shock and this human rights violation. I'm out.
Okay.